Hi, this is Brad with Weight Loss Walkthrough, where I'm sharing my weight loss journey to help you with yours. What I wanted to talk about this week was about failure and not being afraid to try something and fail. And what kind of brought this up and made me think about it was looking at my weight loss over the last 4 months. When I looked at the numbers, I lost more weight in September than I did in October, November, and December combined. And by seeing that, I looked and was thinking, what changed from September into October and going forward? And a big part of it was I had gotten in a groove and I decided to lighten up my restrictions a little bit as far as diet. And ultimately what happened is I just kept going a little bit more and a little bit more until it got to the point where I was getting away from a lot of the good habits that got me on the right track in the first place when I started this channel back in June. So when I started making the changes that I began to talk about last week, one of the big changes was getting myself back on track and with my diet and making sure that I'm following things a lot more strictly. And I don't regret making the change in October. It was something I thought that I could do, thought it would be nice to let myself have a little bit of or loosen the reins a little bit. But what I found out, what works for me, is if I don't keep those reins pretty tight and keep myself following a set of rules, that I will wind up straying, especially when it comes to the diet. I'm much better at getting myself into the gym and getting my steps in than I am at resisting temptation when it comes to food. So part of that is just me learning what works for me and making sure that I am following the things that are going to lead me to success. And if you're at a point on your journey where, things don't seem to be working or you've hit a stall, don't be afraid to switch things up and try new things. Now, I would say watch it a little bit better than I did and be more proactive as far as correcting course. I honestly should have done it start of November instead of waiting till start of January, but that's the past. All I can do is move forward. But I certainly don't regret making the change and seeing what happened, because the only way we're going to know if something works for us or not is to give it a try. And it may have spectacular results. It may be a spectacular failure. But either way, the worst thing you can do is just not try, because if you don't try, if you're at a point where nothing's working, nothing will continue to work, because if you don't try something new, nothing's going to change. When it comes to weight loss, there's hundreds of different diet ideas, exercise ideas, supplements that are designed to try to help you with your journey on losing weight. So when you see something that you think may work for you, do your research. If it doesn't look like it's going to be harmful to you, certainly don't be afraid to try it, but also be mindful of the results, because if you're doing something and it's not benefiting you, obviously you want to stop it. And like I said, I should have stopped my eating that I had started in October. I should have stopped it at the beginning of November, but I did let it go on a little too long. So definitely learn from that mistake. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this channel and being so transparent, so that anyone who is trying to get their journey started or on their journey can see just how hard sometimes this journey is, and that you're not alone. It's a struggle that a lot of us are going through, but ultimately the only way that you're going to get through it is by continuing to move forward, fighting and pushing through the hard times until you get to your destination. The worst thing you can do is give up. So when it gets hard, don't don't be afraid to try something else to see if that will make the journey easier for you. That's all I've got for today. Can't wait till Sunday to see what the scale says. It's been giving me good news so far this week. I hope it holds true until we meet again Sunday.